Hello and welcome to Board Game TV. It's Sunday and we're playing Shadow Sunday, and it's Shadows of Brimstone. We're playing the Water of Life mission with our federal group in the Blasted Waste. Visiting a settlement that has been built into the massive wreck of a hulking ship, half buried in the waste, you discover that it has been plagued by a sickness, not unlike that which consumed the once great desert cities of Marn. Don't know what that is, but okay. One of the local healers knows of a way to cure the sickness, but is too weak to venture into the desert dunes himself to find the life water needed. Okay, as you can see, we got a little bit of a special setup here. Okay, so we start in the Blasted Waste, but we have to put the wrecked airlock tile next to our starting tile. Now, we don't advance the posse marker for doing that. Okay. The sun track for the blast of this adventure starts at dawn. We have one day, apparently, to finish this goal, as the heroes have one full day to complete the mission. Okay, so we're searching for enough life water out in the desert waste to heal the sickness of the entire settlement before it's too late. There are 3 variations for the mission, and the heroes must choose the mission begins which mission length they want to. Now we're going to go for a medium. We're going for 2 life waters at the medium settlement. Alright, for each life water, leave 1 random exit of the wicked airlock map tile open as a doorway. Any other exits on this map tile should be blocked off with end caps. These open doorways will have a special stack of exploration tokens as listed below. So, what are we doing? Okay, so we had to take a stack of our exploration tokens. We had to put 1 stack had all the clue icons, another stack had none of the clue icons. We mix them up separately, and we take 2 tokens of non-clue icons and 1 token from the clue icons and make a stack of 3. We did that 3 times. So each of these stacks have 2 non-clue icons and 1 clue icon in them. And of course, we mixed them up so we don't know what order they're in and which ones they are. And we put them by each entranceway that we can choose to go. So when we go this way, for instance, we're going to pick the top marker and flip it. And then we keep going until we run out of exploration tokens. Then we'll come back, pick another way, and so forth until we find a clue. There are no gates. Growing dread cards are revealed immediately. Whenever the darkness reaches a blood splatter or growing dread space on the depth track, place a wound marker by the sun track. Or D3 wound markers if a growing dread space. At the end of any turn in which there are 4 or more wound markers by the sun track, remove 4 of the markers, leaving any extra, and advance the sun track. If the sun track advances enough times to reach dawn, the mission has failed. During this mission, anytime the sun track would advance, the heroes may spend a total number of grit equal to the number of heroes in the posse to prevent the sun track from advancing on a roll of 3+. Alright. So it doesn't say anything about cards, so I'm assuming, because there are cards that will advance the sun track, so I'm assuming that the cards can also advance the sun track as well. Each time the heroes find a clue icon, they have discovered a cache of life water being guarded by a group of enemies. Ignore any attacks or encounters listed on the exploration token. Also ignore any door gate icons on the token, as the room has no exits. Okay, roll a d6 to see what kind of enemies are guarding the life water. Now, on the last life water, we're not going to do that. We're going to face the epic threat, and that's the Wasteland Terrorist. He's the big boss for this other world. We haven't fought him yet. We've been saving him. This is what we're for. This is what we're waiting for. Because we fought every boss type of monster there is except him, and this will be the last one. Alright, when all enemies on the board have been defeated, you collect the life water. Once all the life water needed to complete the objective has been collected, the mission is successfully completed. And we'll get into the loot cards. Each hero may draw D3 loot cards for each life water of the mission. Shuffle the loot cards between on these draws. No extra loot card is drawn for the Blasted Waste world effect, so we're not going to do that. Also, if a large settlement mission was played, every hero gains D3 health / sanity, your choice, for saving so many lives. You know, oh, that's tempting. That is tempting. You know what? Screw it. We're going to go. We're going to try it. We may not make it. Time may run out on us, but we're going to try for all three. How about that? Yeah. As a special treat, I already have what epics we're going to do, to be honest with you. Now we know the last epic we're going to do is the Wasteland Terrorist, or however you pronounce it. We're also going to get a Warlord and some Scavengers as an epic for one of the other ones. And the other epic is going to be a new monster that we haven't seen yet, that just recently came out. And it's going to be the Darkstone Scorpions. Yes, I know they don't fit in with the Blasted Waste per se. They really should be in the canyons or the mines. They could be in the Blasted Waste, but we fought every single monster. After this mission, we will have fought every single monster that Shadows of Brimstone has to offer. Every single one, with every expansion, with every pack, every single monster Shadows of Brimstone to this date has to offer. The reason I'm doing that is including the Scorpions is to make it so. Except for two, there are only two monsters we have not fought after this scenario, and they're two big boss monsters, and I'm saving something special for them, which I don't want to give away too much now, but you know where they are. They're Belial and the Ancient One, and they haven't shown up yet, but after this, every single Shadows of Brimstone monster enemy, except for those two, will have appeared in one of my Shadows of Brimstone videos. This will be the 45th Shadows of Brimstone video, and we will have covered every possible world, all the worlds, mines, canyons. We've played 9 different, actually 10. I played the Prospector once. 10 different heroes. 10 different heroes. We've even did the Frontier Town and several missions of it. So we will have fully explored Shadows of Brimstone after this mission, and it's what I kind of wanted to do. A little bit of everything, just to show you how the game goes, what's all included, and there's a lot, and just give you a taste of everything. And we're closing in on the end of our campaign with all 3 of these groups. So let's go out with a bang. Let's go ahead and try to do all 3. Now the Indian is at 890 experience points. The Marshal's at 980. The Preacher is at 970. So it's feasible I could level them up. I want to hold off until after this mission to level them up, but it's feasible I can level them up during this if I have to. So there's that. So let's go ahead. Let's get started, and we're gonna roll for darkness. And we got a 6. Okay, so already we're not looking too good. So let's put that there. And let's go ahead and start this game up. Alright, so it's the Indians' turn. But before we start, let's remember that whenever a natural 7 is rolled for the Hold Back the Darkness roll, all heroes in the Blasted Waste also take 1 corruption hit. Of course, you use the Wasteland loot deck, and whenever we draw 1 or more loot cards, we draw 1 extra. And then the day-night thing is basically if we come into a tile with pools of acid water, if it's nighttime, we have to deal with the poison mist type thing. Okay, let's go ahead and go. The Indian will go first. Not a good start. Not a good start. Well, I get a grit. And he is +1 move. So he moves 1, 2. Alright, let's do the Marshal. Alright, he can move 3. Does he have an extra move? He does not. So he's 1, 2, 3. And the Preacher. He rolls a 4. He's not lagging behind. For some reason. Alright, he doesn't have an extra move, so he will go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we'll put him there. That's the end of the turn. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness. A 7. Okay, well, here we go. We passed that. However, we have to roll for a corruption. Let's do the Indian. He fails. So he takes corruption. The Marshal. He passes. The Preacher. He passes. Okay. And now the Indian will go again. 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because he has +1 move. The Marshal. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And the Preacher. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We'll probably go this way. What do you think? Alright, but we gotta roll for darkness. An 8. We passed. That's good. Alright. The Indian, he rolls a 6. Mighty 6. Well, first things first, I want to take this off. We don't need it anymore. So, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to go this way. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we're going to get a map tile. And we get bleached boneyard. And that's not it. I thought that was it. Here we go. As you can see, it has this big alien skull on there. So we got to put this like this. Okay, so 4, 5, 6. Alright. Let's move the posse marker. 1. And let's go our Marshal. He only goes 2. 1, 2. And the Preacher, well, he goes 6. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have our first exploration token for this way. Let's see what it is. Let's hope it's a clue. Let's get this game going right off the bat. And it is not a clue, it is an encounter. Now this has a special encounter, and it's Ocean of Bone. So let's go ahead and just do that. Ocean of Bones. Alright. The desert here is filled with the scattered bones of massive beasts, bleached by the twin suns and polished to a sheen by the blowing sand. This map tile may be scavenged up to 5 times. Well, I'm not scavenging anything on this. Okay, it remains in play. It just has stuff if you scavenge, but I am not scavenging. So, that is the end of that turn. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness. A 7. Okay, and let's do a corruption. So the Indian, he fails again. The marshal, he passes. The preacher passes. Okay. Alright, let's do the Indian. He goes 3, he can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we don't have to worry about this. It's not nighttime. So we don't have to worry about any of that effect. It's the marshal. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the preacher. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, nothing's happening. So let's go ahead and roll for darkness. I got an 8. So we're kind of getting back on good luck with the darkness. And now it's the Indian's turn. And he rolls a 1. Okay. He cannot, he's level 3. His grip max is actually, he's -1 grip because of a curse or something that he got one of our past adventures. He was unable to carry any more grip. So he's at max. However, we'll just go ahead and go 1, 2, and that'll be fine. Let's do the posse marker. Let's get a map tile. Okay, well that's not going to do this. Altar of the Beast. If there's no other open doors, that's a mine. That's only a mine tile. Okay. Sand burrows. Okay. I saw that. That's a huge tile. This is it. Let's see here. It goes like this. Okay. Okay, well we know he's here. The marshal, he can go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the preacher, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll move him 6. Okay, come on. Let's have some luck here. Let's have a clue, and we get, alright, a clue, but we will get an attack. However, we were going to get an attack anyways. So, first thing we have to do is we have to wall up these sides because there's no way out. Okay. Now, we're going to get our epic threat. Now, because I'm a man of my word, we're going to have the scorpions. We'll do them first. They fit the burrow thing anyways. Let's go ahead and have an epic attack against some scorpions. And we'll show them off. And, yeah, let me get that stuff. Okay, here's the Darkstone Scorpion. This was not part of any Kickstarter or anything. It wasn't even really announced. This is brand new. This is something they'd work on the side, I guess. And every now and then they release something new for Shadows of Brimstone that nobody has any clue that they're doing. And this is it. And this came out recently, past month or so. I think it was at that convention. Then they had their little sale, and I got it on their website for sale. Don't expect these to be in the store anytime soon. They're really supposed to be, I guess, for mines or something, but yeah. Okay, so they have 6 initiative. Fear 2. Any hero starting their activation adjacent takes 2 horror hits. Darkstone Radiation. A hero ending their move adjacent takes 2 corruption hits. Eugh. Scudder moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Pinching Claws. This enemy's melee to hit rolls of 6+ do double damage. If an ally model is wounded by one of these hits, it is cut in half. Stinging Tail. At the start of its activation, one random hero within 3 spaces must pass an Agility 5+ test or take d6 wounds, ignoring defense, and gains a potent poison marker. When killed, every hero gains d3 plus 1 Darkstone. Alright. Their move is 8. Their melee is 4+, 4 combat, 3 damage, defense of 4, and they have 12 health plus 3 per hero. So 15, 18, 21 health. Potent poison. There's some new markers that came with that, and this is the potent poison marker with these guys right here. Let me see if I have it close by. I thought I did. Well, shoot. Oh, here it is. Alright, potent poison markers work just like normal poison, except they are potentially more deadly. When rolling for each marker, use the following. On a roll of 1, 2, or 3, the hero takes wounds equal to the number rolled, ignoring defense. On a roll of 6, discard that marker as its poison effect has worn off. Okay. So we'll take this card with us. And there we go. So, one epic threat. Here we go. This is not going to be easy. I have not fought against these guys. Now, the pack came with 2, but we're going to be using only 1. And I don't know what these guys are like. I don't know if they're easy or hard. So, we're fixing to find out. So, first thing we have to do is we have to roll for darkness. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. We got double 6s, look at that. Well, seeing how is, that's not going to help any. Except, this is going to hurt us. But, okay, so I'll give him a grit, him a grit. We have to move this today because that was an event. Okay, so here we go. Now, he does have a 6 initiative. Does the Indian have heroes get once we're here get +2 initiative? Battle Scout, recover 1 grit. No, 1 on tie on initiative. But he doesn't have any plus. Okay, so he is going to go first. So of course the preacher is right there. So at the start of its activation, 1 random hero within 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. It's the preacher. Has to pass an agility 5+ test. So let's do that first. And the preacher, unfortunately, only has an agility. Well, he has an agility of 2, and that's it. So let's see if he passes his little agility test. He does with the 5. Okay, so nothing happens there. All right. All right. So now it will attack, and of course the preacher, boop, is right there. The model was actually easy to put together. I thought it was going to be hard and a pain in the butt with all the legs and stuff, but you know, I'll give Flying Frog this. I hate resin models, but on the plastic models, they have gotten a lot better, and the thing was a lot easier to put together. My paint job could have been better. I should have put some Darkstone or something in it, but okay. Okay, so it's got 4 combat. Alright, so it hits on a 4+, so these 2 are taken out. These 2 are hits, but it's not a 6. So we'll see if he can ignore any of these. He ignores both of them. Wow, that was really good. Okay, so now it's our hero's turn. Let's roll for the Indian. He rolls a 5. Huh. Now he's not immune to critical hits. Doesn't say anything about critical stuff, right? Nope. Okay, alright, he's not adjacent, so we will move him 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to shoot with his gate rifle. Gives me 2 shots. I don't want to be adjacent to this thing. I hit on 5 or 6 critical. Do I have anything to help? Nah. Okay, let's go ahead and roll. Look at, well, I got 1 6. I can spend a grit, and I think I will, and re-roll that 3. Nah. Well, you know what? Might as well spin it again. Okay, well, at least I got a hit. So, okay. So this right here is only going to do 1 damage. Okay? So we're going to put 1 damage on him for that. Okay. However, this is a critical hit. And then we did a full 6 damage. So, I don't have anything. Use dart, plus 1 damage to this. No. No. Okay. So I do a full 6 damage to him for that. That gate rifle, that second shot was really good. Okay, it's the marshal's turn. We'll roll for him. He moves a 5. And we don't have to worry about his activation. 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to put him there. And we have our shotgun here. So let's see here. We use the D8. Let me see. Does he get an extra shot? Huh. No. Alright, 6, 7, and 8 count as critical hits. I do have plus 1 move. Alright, that's a 5. That's not a critical hit. Do I want to re-roll that? No. Okay. We'll take it. I did an 8, so that's 4 more damage. Okay. Alright. Now the preacher's got to go. Now he does have to do a fear. So he has to take 2 horror hits. But he passes those. Okay, what do I want to do with him? Do I want to do combat or do I want to try to smite him? Well, I'll have a 3 combat. I don't know. You know what? Let's try to smite. I got a couple grit. Why not? Let's try to smite him. I did 7. I'm going to spin a grit and reroll this one. Okay, that's 5 and 4. That's a 9. That is exactly what I needed. I do D8 wounds, no defense. Okay, I'm going to spin my grit and reroll that. That's it for grit on him. Oh, come on. Okay, well, that's not what I was looking for. But, okay. But I do get some experience for smiting. Okay, that not go well. And now I have ended my move. I have to take 2 corruption hits. I fail one of them. So I will take 1 corruption. And that is the end of the turn. Now let us roll for darkness. Okay, I got a 7, so we're good, but we have to do the corruption hits again. God dang it. Alright. The Indian finally passed. Marshall failed. And the preacher, he passed. Okay. That's the end of the turn. Now, moves through other models and changes targets each turn. So he will move through other targets and change each turn. So we're going to go 1 through 3, 4 through 6. Okay, so he's moving and attacking the Indian. But first now, hold on. We have to remember this. At the start of its activation. That's right, I should have moved him back. And him I would have moved back as well. Because at that start, so the preacher is the only one that's going to be affected by this, but he has to do the agility 5+ test again. And he passes. Okay. Now he's moving towards the Indian, and that's not going to bode well for those two guys next turn. And he's going to attack for combat. We'll put that there. And he hits. Okay, these are fails. This is a hit. This is a... So we're going to see if the Indian can ignore this. He cannot. So he's going to take 3 damage. And then here, do double damage. Alright. 8 damage. So we're going to, he's at 11. It's not a good thing. Alright, well the Indian will roll for movement. Well, hold on. First of all, he's adjacent, so he's got to take 2 horror hits. And he fails both of those. Okay. Now he has to roll for movement. Okay. And now we have our gate rifle. But you know what, we're next to him. We might as well as do combat. So, because we get +1 damage. And our combat is... Wait, once per venture, okay. Okay, yeah, I have 2 combat. Ooh. Okay, that was terrible. Okay, nothing he can do on that. The marshal's gonna go. Of course, he has to take some horror hits. But he passes. Let's roll for his movement. Okay. And now we're going to attack with the shotgun. That's a miss, but I'm going to spin a grit. Okay, that's a hit. And I'll take the hit. That's another 8. That's another 4 damage. So that's 17 total. Okay. Alright. It's our boy here. He is not adjacent. We're going to roll for his movement. And we'll move him back 1, 2. We don't want to be within 3 spaces. We're going to try to smite again. And we got it. 9. That's another successful smite. Maybe I can roll better damage this time though. 6 damage. Okay, well that's going to kill him because he's at 17, and 17 and 6 is 23. This thing has 21 wounds, and so the scorpion has been killed. Every hero gains D3 plus 1 Darkstone. So every hero gains 3 Darkstone for killing this thing. So we'll do that. Everybody catch our breath. And the preacher ended him. And let's catch our breath. So the Indian will heal 5. He doesn't need to be healed. Neither does the preacher. So we're good on that. Now we get to draw some loot cards. And remember, we get to draw extra loot we have our first life water. So we got one. Okay, so the Indian draws small scrap. 15 experience. Okay. Let's get this scrap stuff out. I will say, I'm not big on the scrap yet. I don't know what to make of it. The Marshal, well, he draws a Blasted Waste artifact card. Well, I'll take that. Let's see what we get. Let's encounter. Shock Rod, +1 initiative. Your melee to hit rolls of 6+. Now also add a stun marker to the target. Well, I don't want him to keep that. That is I'll probably end up selling that. So, I mean, that's probably what's going to happen. I don't probably going to keep that. The Preacher. Dang it, why did I keep doing that? Alright, he gets a piece of tech. The Indian. Draw a Blasted Waste artifact card. Okay. MK4 Warden's Head? What? +2 sanity. All heroes on your map tower are +2 initiative during the first turn of an ambush attack. That's actually not bad. I think we'll take that. It gives him +2 sanity. He can wear that over his face. Or it's a robot head. Huh. Okay. Let me add +2 to his sanity. Okay. Alright. Marshal gets hunk of scrap. It's 2 scrap. And the Preacher, relic from another place. Okay. Let's roll and see what we get. 3. Draw a gear. Dynamite. Gain 2 dynamite tokens. And then discard this card. Okay. Well, that may come in handy, to be honest with you. Okay, well, that's it for that. We're going to be heading back this way now. So, the Scorpion, he was not as hard as I thought he was. I mean, if you got to face multiple of them, that's fine. But we didn't even have to do the poison, the potent poison. So, there's that. Although the Indian did get shellacked pretty good. But hey, there's that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and roll for darkness. Nine, so we're good. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, you can move 1 extra. Let's do the Marshal. 6, well, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the Preacher. Don't lag behind, Preacher. Come on. 5. Okay, that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There we are. And let us roll for darkness. An 8. Okay, well, good. And the Indian. Well, there's 1. It's going to go 1, 2. Give him a grit. The Marshal. He rolls a 1. 1, 2. He will get a grit. And the Preacher. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'm going to give him the bandages. We're going to use, and he's going to heal 5 more wounds off of the Indian. Okay, and now we will roll for darkness. Okay, double twos. Alright, it's an event. Oh, it's dusk. We're now getting into night. But, however, hold on. How many grit do I have? Because I remember it said I can. It didn't say you had to limit that to events. Anytime the soundtrack, the heroes may spend a total equal to the number of heroes on a roll of D6 3+. Okay, I do have 3 grit, and I rolled a 4, so we will stop the soundtrack from moving. I have to spend all my grit to do so, but let's keep this. Let's put this back during the daytime. I don't want to deal with this, and I don't want to have to deal with anything else. But we still have double twos. I mean, 4. Blasted Waste. Alright. Draw a Growing Dread card and add it to the stack. Okay. Yeah. We reveal these. Any hero KO'd during the remainder of this adventure only rolls a single D8 on the Injury Madness table. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and take this off. We're going to be going on a new map tile in just a second. And let's roll for the Indian, see where he's going to go. We're not going anywhere. 1, 2. Okay, he gets a grit. The Marshal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Let's put him there. And the Preacher. 4. 1, 2, 3, and we can go up one more. So let's do that. We have Underground Lift. That's that big ass tile. Yeah. This bad boy right here. So let's put this back. Do this. Come on. Here we go. Put this right here. And there we go. Okay, so we have our first exploration token from this thing. Let's see what it is. Be a clue, be a clue. And it is our second clue. When we have an encounter, we won't have any encounter. We're going to have a fight. Okay, so let me get that ready. That was actually really good. Looks like, let me get that ready, get that set up, and we'll be good. Alright, well, this is the situation. We have a Wasteland Warlord, and I rolled the peril die, and I got 5 Wasteland Scavengers. And then I rolled for their initiative. They have an initiative of 6. Now, I did their Warband, and I got the Deathclaw Raiders, and they just don't have any extra bonus. I randomly picked that, so there we go. Now, remember the Wasteland Warlord, he has initiative of 7. At the start of his activation, all other alien and beast enemies on his map tile gain +1 combat to the end of turn. When making a melee attack, targets every adjacent hero. Any hero that takes 1 or more wounds from the Wasteland Warlord's combat hits must pass an Agility 5+ test, or also gain 1 bleeding marker. Tribal Shield, his defense is doubled while adjacent to an attacker, and those are his stats, and he's going to have 21 hit points as well. The Scavengers, there is not already a Warband card where we drew one, and then that's their ranged attacks. They are +1 combat for every 2 weight. A hero that is KO'd by a Wasteland Scavenger melee attack must discard D3 side bag tech or 1 tech scrap, and that's their statistics there. Okay, so they're gonna go first, and I want the guy. There's a choke point there, so what I want to do is I want these guys to be able to shoot a lot of the heroes. But him going first, I think I want to start him with a ranged attack, because he has a ranged attack, 4+, although it doesn't say he has a gun. That's just weird. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. If I move him up 1, dang it, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a ranged attack. Yeah, I don't get it. It doesn't say he has a gun. Wait a minute. Am I supposed? It doesn't say I have to take a. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about. So that's a little weird. I don't get that. So I don't think he has. Do I have to draw a War Master card? Let me see. No, it just says Wasteland World repair damages. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright, so he doesn't have a ranged attack, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do with him is I'm not going to activate him, to be honest with you. I'm going to let him stay back, because what I want is the others to shoot, and then a couple to rush the guys. I want 2 to shoot, then I want 3 to rush, because they're going to get +1 combat. And I think that's a smarter strategy. And then the marshal's stuck. He can't do anything. So he's actually not going to attack, because if I put him there, he's going to be stopping some line of fire. Well, not necessarily. Not if I pick on one hero. Okay, actually, yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is he's going to move. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to do that. Now, he's not adjacent because there's a corner there, but these two are adjacent. So he targets every hero adjacent. So he's going to have 4 combat. And he hits 3 times. Okay, can Indian, there's no thing about 6s, so can Indian block any of his hits? He blocks 2 hits. He's going to take 1 hit. It's 3 damage. Okay, and he has to pass an agility 5+ test. His agility is 3, 4, 4. Okay. And he passes. Alright, the preacher, can he block 3 of those hits? He blocks 2. So he's going to take 3 damage. Okay, and can he pass an agility 5+ test? He can. Okay, now I'm going to have 2 shoot. However, I'm going to have these 2 stay, and they are going to shoot at the preacher. And then and then I'll have 3 shoot, actually, and then these 2 will move forward. So let's have those 3 shoot. They get 2 shots, and they're all targeting the preacher. So it's going to be 6 shots on the preacher. Okay, they hit on a 5 or higher. They missed every shot. Holy cow. Well, that's good for them. And then these two are going to move here, and they will attack the preacher. And they're going to get +1 combat. So they get, okay, first of all, the preacher, they have 2 combat, +1 is going to be 3. And then, of course, they do the Desert Raider things where for every 2, they get +1 combat for every 2 weight items. He has 3 weight items, so we round down. So they're going to get 4 combat. Alright, the first one's attacking. Alright, and they hit 2 of them. Can he block 2? He can. Alright, he's rolling good. Second one's attacking. Alright, and hit on 1. Can he block 1? He cannot. So he's going to take 3 more damage. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now it is our hero's turn. And the Indian will go. And, well, let's roll for his movement first. Okay. I do have a grit. And I will use this grit to get +2 combat. So it's going to give me 4 combat. I'm attacking the big guy. Well, his defense is double while adjacent to the attacker. Well, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, his defense will be 6. I have to roll really well. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I can't. There's a choke point there. I can't get past it. I could try to throw a dynamite. Now let's try this first. Okay, so I got 3 hits out of that. One's a crit, so that's good. Okay, so his defense is 6, so I can't do any damage, and that's a 5. This is not going to go through. I only do +1 damage on that, right? Yeah. However, this goes through, so this is going to be 7 damage. So there's that. Okay, it's the marshal's turn. He rolls a 1. Okay, well, actually, that's fine. 1, 2. I'll give him a grit. And he will attack. With the shotgun. Yeah. Okay, that's a big miss. I can try again. Okay, that's a critical hit. So that's good. And that's an 8. Alright. So that's 15 damage on him. That's really good. Okay, now it's the preacher's turn. Let's roll for his movement. Okay. We're adjacent. However, I could try to smite him. And well, I don't have any grit, but I can try combat. I would have 3 combat, but I'd have to hit critical hits. Because I don't have any extra damage boosters. So let's try the smite. Actually, I could throw the dynamite. I could throw a dynamite. I could try to get one there. Maybe blast those two guys. Why not? Okay, let's see. Well, that's a 6, so that's perfect. Let's throw that dynamite there. And let's see how much damage these guys are going to take with no defense. Okay, well, so it's going to take 3. Boom. And that one's going to take 2. Boom. And there goes the dynamite. Okay. That's the end of the turn. Let's roll for darkness. 9. We're good. And now we have to roll for their initiative. And they get a 3, so that's a little bit better. I'll take that. However, this big guy, he gets to go again. And he's attacking everybody adjacent, which is everybody. Alright. And he's going to, do his battle cry. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, he has 4 combat. And he hits on 2. Okay. Can the Indian block 2? He cannot. So the Indian is going to take 6 damage. Put him at 10. And he has to pass an agility 5 plus test. So his agility is 4. He passes. Okay. The marshal. See if he can block 2 hits. Well, he can block 1. So he's going to take 3 damage. Let's see if he can pass an agility. He has an agility of 3. He cannot. So let's take a bleeding marker. Okay. And the preacher, see if he can pass 2 hits. He can't pass either of them. So let's see if he can pass his agility test. He cannot. So he takes 6 damage. He got shellacked. And he has to take a bleeding marker. Okay. However, the Indian will go. He has a higher initiative. So he doesn't have to worry about anything. And what do I want to do? Let's roll for his movement. Okay. What do I want to do? Do I want to do my combat? Actually, what I think I'm going to do is he's going to throw. No. We're going to try. We're going to do the gate rifle. We're going to see if we can get some critical hits on this. And we don't. We just get regular hit. Well, there's no way I can eat through his double his defense, so that's the waste of that. The marshal's going to get to go. Let's roll for his movement. Okay. And he has his shotgun. 7. That's another critical hit. I'll take that. 5. Well, okay. One more wound and this guy is dead. Okay. And he has initiative of 3. He has... Did I give him a plus? Yeah, no, he has initiative of 3. Okay, so his initiative is the same as the others. That means I'm pretty sure that means these guys will go. Now these guys are still back here. That's fine. They can't do anything. So these 2 guys will go, and they will attack the preacher. And they're going to get 4 combat on them. So the first one, It's 2 hits. Can he block these? Yes, he can. And the second time, alright, he gets 3 hits on him. Ew. And he blocks 1. So he's going to take 3 damage. I'm sorry, 6 damage. We got to start worrying about his health. Okay. But it is the preacher's turn. And I think what the preacher's going to do is he's going to throw that second dynamite token here again. Well, let's roll for his movement. Okay. And we got a success. So, boom. Okay, well, this dynamite's going here. Okay, so we did 5 and 1. Well, that 1 is going to be put on this guy. However, the 5 is going to be put on this guy, and that kills him. Dead. So the preacher will gain some experience. Okay, however, that is the end of the turn. And let's roll for darkness. Okay. That's not good. I do have a thing where I can re-roll that because the Indian has that thing. So I'll burn that and re-roll this. Okay, it's double 4s. Okay, there we go. There's the event. I don't have enough, god dang it, I don't have enough grit to stop that event from happening. So we are going to move to dusk. Okay, and we have double 4s, and that's going to advance the sun track 1 position. Okay, so now we're at freaking night, and this is not good. Okay, wow. We got to get better. Okay, let's roll for the Wasteland Scavengers initiative. They got a 4 now. His turn again. He will do his combat and his battle cry. See what he can do. And he hits 3 times. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to remove their bleeding markers and give them each a wound, which I will do. Okay. Alright, first the Indian. He blocks 1. So he's going to take 6 damage. Can he pass his agility test? He cannot. So he's going to take a bleeding marker. Okay. Alright. The Marshal, he blocks 1. He blocks 2, actually, I'm sorry. He's only going to take 3 damage. And he will pass, see if he can pass his agility test. He does. The Preacher, okay, he blocks 1. He's going to take 6 damage now. Alright, that's going to put him at it's 15, 19. That's going to kill him. However, where's that thing? Oh, we're going to use the ancient coin. Once per venture, fully heal your health. So we've healed our health. And so now we're just going to take 6 damage. Be at 6. And now we have to roll to see if we take a bleeding marker. And we do. Okay. Alright. However, it is now the Indians' turn. So, I have the gate rifle. I have the bleeding marker. So let's get rid of that. Let's take one more damage. Now, I'm going to use my canteen, and I'm going to fully heal 2d6 wounds. And I heal 6 wounds. Not great. Better than nothing. So the canteen is done. Okay. I'm going to use the gate rifle and hope I get a critical hit so I can kill the warlord. I did get a critical hit. Therefore, the warlord will be killed. All we needed was one more point of damage. He is dead. Let's give me some experience. Alright. And so he has been taken out of the thing. Okay. The marshal will move 4. And I think I will move him 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now he has the same initiative as them, but he has the ability to where if he's tied with somebody, he can go first. And I'm going to try to kill this guy right here and then try to get another shot on one of these other ones before they attack. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, I got an 8. That's a critical hit. I got 5. That's enough to kill this guy. He already had 4. Okay, so I can heal 1 wound because I killed that guy. Gain 10 experience. Those would be 50 then. Take him off the board. And I will take a shot at one of these guys. 7. That's another critical hit. An 8. That's enough to kill. We'll kill this guy right here. And I will heal another wound. Okay. Okay, that is it. Now they do get to go. And what do I want to do with them? I can have them shoot, or I can have them do combat. Now they still are +1 combat to the end of the turn. So what I think I will do is I will have one move here. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. And we'll do the marshals first. Now the marshal has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be 3, 4, 6 combat on the marshal. Okay, and they hit 3 times. Can he block these? He blocks all but 1. So he's going to take 3 more damage. Okay. Who has the highest on this one? Well, they're both the same, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. So we will attack the Indian. And he will get 4. And he hits 3 times. Can he block it? He blocks 2. So he's going to take 3 more damage. He's getting back up there again. However, now it is the preacher's turn. Of course, we have to do his bleeding marker. Give him a wound. And he will attack Excuse me. 3 combat. Alright, well, first let's roll for move. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay, well, I did hit once. It was a critical hit. So let's go ahead and do 4 damage to the guy. Okay, and that's it. And that's the end of that turn. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness. Okay, double 3s. We're going to have an event. Okay, that means we're going to lose this mission unless I can figure out some way to stop this. Because I keep rolling these double 3s crap. Now, I don't think they took this in consideration. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. Let's do that first. So, 1, 2. Gotta draw a darkness card. Okay, we're gonna cancel darkness card with the Void Canary. And let's see, we're gonna try to cancel that with the Void Canary. Okay, fine, and we don't have to get rid of the Void Canary. Now, I think I don't think they took in consideration. Now, I know I'm supposed to put a wound marker when the thing gets into darkness. Okay, so let's do that. So let's say let's reread this again, because I don't know, man. This whenever the darkness reaches a blood, are going to place a wound marker. The end of any turn in which there are 4 more wound markers, remove 4 of the markers and advance the sun track once. See that? Okay. There is a way I can do this. Okay. I can do Battle Scout. Everybody recovers a grit and gets +2 initiative. Okay. So let's do that. We're going to spend 3 grit. And I can only do that once per venture. And I rolled a 6. So we can cancel that from moving. But I've used my Battle Scout. And so once per venture, heroes get +2 initiative and recover 1 grit. So we've used Battle Scout. Okay. So unless something comes up, man, I'm all out of luck on this, okay? But there we go. So let's roll for the Scavenger's initiative. They roll a 4 again. It's the Indian's turn. Let's roll for his movement. Dang. Okay, and we're going to do his gate rifle. 5, that's a critical hit. 5, he kills this guy. This guy is dead. Okay, the Marshal's going to go. He rolls a 4. I'll just move him back. 1, 2, 3, 4. He will attack with the shotgun. 6, that's a critical hit. I rolled a 7. That is good enough to kill him, and it heals me 1 wound. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that was a freaking fight. Now the preacher, I'm going to use the Dead Man's Canteen, and I will first of all, let's go ahead and heal 3. The Marshal will heal 1. That was terrible. And the Preacher will heal 1. Well, that was terrible as well. I will use, you may transfer from here to yourself, anytime to heal 2 wounds. So I'll take 2 sanity and heal me 4 wounds on my preacher. Okay, so he heals that. So he's decent on there. There's nothing I can do there. I just heal the preacher, and I will do that actually. I can heal either the. All right, we'll start with the Indian. He's worse off, so we're gonna use our faith. We got it. And we will heal 4 wounds from the Indian. That's 10 experience. Okay. And that, my friends, is that. Let's draw some loot. Okay. Well, some more scrap. Yay. 1 scrap. The marshal, he gets 1 scrap. Alright, and what am I rolling a knife? Preacher gets a piece of tech. Alright. The scout, it's more small scrap. The marshal gets hunk of scrap, which is just 1 scrap. And 15 experience. And the preacher is going to get alien coins. 15 experience and $100. Excuse me. Okay, although I have come up with another idea, and this will get everybody a grit in case that crap happens, and it'll heal me, and I can level everybody up. I didn't think about that. I can go ahead and level everybody up now to level 4. What that will do is it will heal me, give everybody a grit, and we're still at a good fresh start. And I think I'm going to do that. I need the grit in case the freaking thing changes over. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. Alright, everybody's leveled up, healed, got a grit. The preacher got a new sermon. He got vengeance, which gives him an extra combat, and he got the cleansing fire sermon, which he can put hell markers, 4 hellfire markers around him, and anybody in that space takes 1 hit doing 2d6 damage. The marshal got an ability to where he can use darkstone instead of grit. That'll help. I hope it doesn't come to it. And the Indian, I think he got like agility or something like that. And his health and sanity went up a little bit too. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. Let's go to our last entryway. We rolled a 7. Alright, we're still good, but we got to take a corruption hit. So the Indian, he fails, so he got another corruption. The marshal, he passes. The preacher, he fails. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll. Alright, so we're going to move 1, 2, 3. We're getting a new map tile here. So let's go ahead and move our hero posse there. See what kind of map tile we get. And we get a sulfur basin. Now it's nighttime, so this crap is going to affect us. Dog, man. That's this tile right here. Doesn't have any special encounters, but we are going to have to worry about the poison. So let's go ahead and put this here. Let's put our Indian here. And of course, we'll have our first token taken off. But let's move our marshal. He can move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the preacher, and he'll move him in there. And I tell you what, we'll take this piece off. We don't need it anymore. And we'll just slide this up a little bit. And let's hope we get lucky and we get a clue. We don't. We get an attack. However, let's see here. I think the Indian has another ability. What is it? No. Once per adventure, you may discard and redraw an exploration token card or an encounter card just revealed. So we will do tracker, and we will get rid of this token. We will discard it, and we will go to the next one. Well, I'm glad, and let's hope this is the clue. This is not the clue. So we're going to have 2 encounters. We're only going to have 1 exit. Let's see which exit's going to be. 3. Alright. It's right there, so that's good. This tile has no special encounters, so we're going to just pick from our encounter, for Blasted Waste encounter deck. The first encounter is, it's all I have. Struggling to load his worn scrap rifle, a beat-down scavenger frantically eyes you as he fumbles with the ammo. Shit, too cool. What do you want? Leave me, it's all I have. Give him supplies. Yeah, we're going to give him supplies. Each hero might give the scavenger up to 1 side bag token or an item. If you do, you may remove D3 corruption points or recover 1 grit. We'll do that. Everybody's going to do that. We'll give him, we got plenty of scrap and stuff like that. Sure. So what's 4? Tech here. Alright. And I'm going to have everybody recover 1 grit. So now everybody has 2 grit. It's actually a good card. Okay. Our second encounter is Broader Town Signpost. A rusty sign hangs from the hull of a wrecked freighter here. Alien symbols and words painted onto its surface in a thick pigment. It looks to be some sort of signpost pointing to a nearby settlement. Cunning. 1 hero. I can choose whoever I want it to be. Let's see who's got the best cunning. 2. 3. He has 3. He has 4. And yeah, okay, so the marshal, cunning 5 plus tiles. And we passed. If successful, you're able to decipher the sign, gain 20 experience. Okay. At the end of this adventure, the heroes may visit a wasteland barter town, even if the adventure does not end in the Blasted Waste. Well, we're going to have to do that anyways. Okay, well, let's go ahead and roll for darkness. Alright, now we have to deal with the acid, so let's see what this says again. At the start of the hero's activation each turn if on a map tile. Alright, so what starts, so we'll have to do that. 3. Alright, so alright, here we go. We get a darkness card. We have to put another wound token there. Add a growing dread card to the stack. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to cancel that. And once per adventure, let's see here, it's where is it? I already did the Void Canary. Once per adventure, cancel a darkness card. So let's go ahead and cancel that darkness card. And we're getting rid of that. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we got to take 2 hits at the start of activation. Now he is not on the map tile. These two are. So let's start with Indian. 2 hits. He doesn't take any poison damage. Good. He rolls a 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to get a new map tile. This is Shimmering Hulk. This big ass tile here, this thing, and it's going to go like this. Okay, the Marshal. See if he has to take any acid pool hits. He will, actually. He failed both of them. So we're going to put 2 poison markers on him. Or poison marker on him. And let me see how that poison works again. At the start of the hero's activation, they roll a d6 for each poison marker they currently have on them. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll get 2. Okay. And now he will move 2. He's moving 3. 1, 2, 3. And now the Preacher will go. He moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we know there's our last clue. Growing Dread. But we ignore all that. We ignore everything on there except for the big baddie. And you knew it's coming. We all knew it was coming. The Wasteland Terrorist. Let me put that there. But just to be safe, I tell you what, we'll do this. During the next, and then we will, of course, cancel this card. This guy's got we got so many ways to cancel some of these things. You know what I should do? Yeah, okay. I'm going to retroactive. I'm going to use the Moonstone to cancel that other Darkness card, and I'm going to use the Void Canary to cancel this Growing Dread card. Okay. Alright, that's good. And then on the roll of 1, okay, that's right, you don't have to re-roll. So that one's canceled, so I get to keep the Void Canary. Alright, so the Wasteland Terrorist. Let's have a look at him. Let's put this back. I got a feeling we're going to need some room here. Okay. He has initiative of 3. Alright. Any hero starting their activation on the same map tile takes 3 horror hits. Always attacks from ambush and moves through other models and changes target each turn. Critical hits only reduce the enemy defense to 2. At the end of its move, one random adjacent hero must pass an Agility 5 test or be swallowed whole. Remove the hero from the board. At the start of the hero's activation each turn, they take d6 wounds ignoring defense and may make a Strength 5 plus test to climb out of the terrorist maw. Place the hero in an adjacent space of the beast, and that hero is -1 on all hit rolls to the end of the turn. 4, 8 combat. Oh, Jesus. Defense 4, 10 health, 5 per hero. So this thing's only going to have 10, 15, 20, 25 health. But that is big enough. Let me go get him. Here is my Wasteland Terrorist. I'm okay with it. I did, try to put a little color here and there to make it look a little off kilter, but there he is. So he starts an ambush, which will give him a +2 initiative, which is going to be 5. However, the Indian wins on a tie. So he will go first. However, we are on these tiles that have these acid pools. So we have to do that. We have to first, let's do that. It's just first we have several things we have to do. Okay. Let's roll for darkness. Okay, got a 9, so we're good. Now let's roll to see if he takes 2 hits, keyword poison. Okay, he takes 1 poison marker. Okay, so he has 1. Now, he's on the same map tile. It says take 3 horror hits. And he fails 1. Okay, now let's do his movement. Okay, 5. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Now, I think what I'm going to do is, I already used Battle Scout. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do the Marshal's Badge. And we're going to let everybody get +2 combat and +2 shots. So I think we're going to do that. Now the Indian will get, I'm going to use another grit. It's going to give him an extra with his savage attack +2 combat. So already has 2. So he's going to have 4. And then that's going to give him 6 combat. And +1 damage. And he's actually +1 initiative. So he is a higher initiative than him. Okay, so this thing is, what is the keyword on this thing? Beast? Yeah. Alright. So we've done that. Let's roll. Okay, well, we got a couple crits. We know this is no good. And we have 3 hits. So let's do these hits first. Now he is +1 damage. Okay, that's actually pretty good there. Okay, so this thing has a defense of 4. So +1 is 5. So it's only going to take 1 move. Alright, 2. And then 3. Which would be 6 total. So it's not bad. Okay. Now these 2 critical hits are going to reduce, you know, only the defense of 2. Okay. So 4. 2 is another 2. 7. Another 2 is 5. So the Indian whacked him really, really good. Okay. The Marshal, and now see here, +1 damage to 1 enemy I picked. Okay. I knew he was going to be in there, so I didn't mention this, but I knew he was going to be here, and I knew we may need it. So I was going to use, he's going to get +1 damage against him. But this thing's going to go. And it goes before anybody else, because unless I have something to do, you take 1 until you used each adventure. Well, I already used that. Okay, so this thing's going to attack. It's right there with the Indian. Popped out on him. So let's go ahead and get this done. 8 combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alrighty. Wow. At the end of its move, 1 random hero must pay. Okay. 8 combat. Okay. Alright, so this thing only needs a 4 or higher to hit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, half of them are hits. How many can you block? He can block 2. So he's only going to take 4 damage. It's not too bad. Four damage. Okay. Now, that thing did move. So at the end of its activation, one random adjacent hero. Well, the only random adjacent hero is the Indian. So he's got to do an agility 5 plus test. So he has an agility of 3, 4, 5. Alright, so he has an agility of 5. Let's see if he can get out of that. He does. No problem. Alright, at the end, or be swallowed whole. Alright, so we don't have to worry about that. Now it is the Marshal's turn. Now the Marshal has to do a couple things. He is not on the same map tile. So we do not have to worry about the horror hits. We do have to worry about that, and we do have to worry about his poison markers. So let's do that. So, alright, for each poison marker, roll a d6. He has 2 of them. Alright, now on a 6 he can get rid of 1. So, we get rid of 1. On a 1 or 2, the hero takes 1 wound. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. Now we have to worry about the hits, though, for this tile. Alright, well, he's going to get that poison marker back. Okay. Now let's roll for his movement. 2. And I'm just going to move him here. Because I'm going to try to smite that stupid Terrorlisk. Okay. So I'm going to have my shotgun. Which we're going to use. And I'm going to get 3 shots. So let's do that. Okay, I got 1 6, which is going to be a crit. I got 1 regular hit. And I'm going to spend a grit and re-roll this one. That's a 6, so that's 2 critical hits. Okay, let's do this first. Okay, that's 6 damage. Plus 1 is 7. So I'm going to do 3 damage to it. That's going to put another 5 on him. Okay. And then these 2 are going to go. Okay. Now this is going to be 7. Because of that plus 1. However, its defense is 2. So let's put another 5 on it. So it's 20. Wow, already. 21. And I'm going to spend a grit. And I'm going to re-roll. Actually, I'm going to re-roll this. That's an 8. Okay. Wow. An 8, 9, minus 2 is 6. Okay, so that's 10, 20, 25, 26, 27. This thing has 10, 15, 20, 25. We killed it. Holy cow. Well, this thing wasn't that hard. I'm sorry about that, man. I thought this thing was harder than it was supposed to be. Man, we whooped through him. Did I do that right? He gets 8 combat. We did that. He is the terror. He attacked from ambush. Critical hits reduces defense to 2 at the end of his move. Okay, well, yeah, I guess so. Wow. Okay. So, let's do that. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves up, which would be the Indian. Wow. And the Marshal's going to gain some experience points here. He did 3 hits. 15 and 15. That's going to be another 30. And let's see what happens when we complete this. Each hero may draw D3 loot cards for each life water. Every hero gains D3 health sanity. Okay. The Indian's going to gain 3 health. So we're going to put him at... Come on, you stupid pen. Come on. Alright. Come on, man. 23. The Marshal's going to gain 1 sanity. We'll put him at 21. And the Preacher is going to gain 1 sanity as well. We'll put him at 22. Okay, so we had our epic threat, and now we get to see how many loot cards, D3 loot cards for each life water in the mission. Wow. Well, we did 3. I tell you what, I don't want to do too many. Let's see. I could feasibly do up to 6, 9 loot cards plus 1 for the Terrorlisk. It's a little bit overkill. So what we're going to do is we're just going to each draw 2 loot cards. How about that? Let's just do that. Let's just shuffle these things, this deck all back up. Let's just draw. Wow. Let's see what we get. Alright. So, the Indian, he's going to get some coins. And he's going to get 125 and 15 experience. Okay. And the Marshal is going to get small scrap, 15 experience. The Preacher is going to get Blasted Waste Artifact and 15 experience. Guitar Necklace, plus 1 luck. Okay. Well, I already have a luck. I already have a necklace. So I will give this necklace to, well, I'm going to give him the tribal necklace. He doesn't, well, he has an amulet. We'll give the Indian the guitar necklace. He has an amulet, so that's his necklace. He has a necklace. He has a necklace, so that's it. That's it. That's all they can have. Alright. The Indian gets 15 more experience. And some more small scrap. The Marshal, it's a piece of tech. The Preacher, it's small scrap. Okay. And 15 experience. Okay, so that is 1 loot for the epic threat, 1 loot for completing the mission. And we're going to gain a bonus for the being in the blasted waste, even though we're not supposed to. I think it's fair. So it's out of a possible 10 loot, you get 3. The Indian gets a piece of tech, 15 experience. The Marshal gets a blasted waste artifact, 15 experience. And I need to sell that stun rod. Shock rod for $4.50. We're gonna have to go to a store. Look at that. And let's see, he gets Wasteland goggles. Okay, I don't have any eyewear, so I guess we'll take that. Plus 1 cunning. And the Preacher, hunk of scrap, 3 scrap and 15 experience. Okay, so I'm going to set it up for us to go to a wasteland town. And we will, well, we'll have to heal, but let's go ahead and roll for corruption for our Darkstone that we have. Now the Indian, he can get rid of a corruption automatically at the end of the game because of the ribbon. We'll go ahead and get rid of these poison markers. It's the end of the adventure. We won't need them. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do that. Now, the Indian, he has 3 Darkstone. And so he's going to take 1 more corruption point. And he has 18 Darkstone. The Marshal will roll for his corruption. He passes every single one. So that's good. So he has 13 Darkstone. And the Preacher has 3 Darkstone. And he passes every single one of his. So he gets 19 Darkstone. And no more corruption. Okay, so we need to go see somebody to get rid of the corruption. And we need to go to a general store type place to sell the stun rod that I got. Okay, so let me get all that set up and we'll be right back. Okay, so before we go to town, let's do our travel hazard. We have 2 mutant warriors. Surrounded by a group of mutant scavengers, you have no choice but to give them what they want. Each hero must discard D3 of the following: grit, darkstone, scrap, tech, or side bag token offered up to pay the mutants. Okay, well, let's see. We got to pay 1. I'll give them some scrap. 1, he can have some scrap. Alright, well, he can have 3 scrap from the Preacher. Okay, the second is 12. I don't like them low numbers. Ion Lightning. Lightning arcs down from the sky as ripples of intense heat rise from the burning dunes. Each hero must roll a d6 for every tech token and item they have. For each roll of 1, that hero is struck by electric discharge and must either discard a tech token or item of their choice or roll once on the entry table. Man, that's terrible. Okay, well, Now, item, does that... I wonder if that includes all this stuff that we have. Wow. That was a very, very bad for every tech token and item they have. Okay. Alright. We start with this guy, the Indian. We have these things here. That's 1 tech token and a scrap. Okay. No ones, so we get to keep those. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. The ribbon wouldn't count. Neither would these. These are like etched in. 5, 6, 7. Well, I had 3 ones. Okay, so I will give up all this. Okay, we have 4 for him here. No ones. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess this would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Jeez. Okay, I rolled 2 ones, so I'll give up 2 scrap. Alright, he has 2 there, so we'll roll for those 2. No ones, and then he has a card. That shouldn't even be an item. 1 coin, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he rolled 1 1, so we get rid of that. Okay, that was risky. Next up is 2, 4. Sinking sand. Patches of sand here seem unstable, with no solid footing to be found. If you're not careful, you could find yourself pulled under the sinking sand. Every hero must make a cunning 5+ test. Okay, alright. Let's see, he has cunning of 2. Three, and he passes. Okay, now I'm supposed to draw a loot card, but I'm not going to. So I'm not worried about it. He has a cunning of 4, 5. He failed. He did have a grit, so I could re-roll. Okay, he passed. And the preacher has a cunning of 2. And he passed. That was that 5 right there. Okay. So there we go. We've done with our travel. Now we got to go see the dock, and we got to go to the marketplace. So everybody's going to go to the dock. So let's do the dock first, because we got to get rid of this corruption. So let's roll 2 die. 3. That's terrible. Dock heroes may not purchase any surgery at the scavenger dock trading this town. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not doing surgery. I'm doing the leech treatment. And we're going to get rid of some of this corruption. So I can roll up to 5 dice. The Indian wheel. I pay $50 for each die. And I roll on 5 or 6. I remove a corruption point. And for a 1, I take wounds. However, I rolled all those. So I can remove all those corruption points. And it's going to cost him, let's see, 50, 250. Okay. Let's go 3 for the marshal. He only has 1 corruption point. Okay. That was no good. So I'm going to have to take D6 wounds. And I have to keep the corruption. I can't get rid of that. You can only do that once per adventure. Okay. The preacher has 3 corruption. Oh, and let's spend $150. Let's just make that just 300. This is 18. 100 he has. Okay, we're going to spend 250, so that's going to be 1,750, and it's going to be, see, he has 725. All right, oops, 725. Yeah, my writing is crap with this pen, as you can see. So let's do the preacher. Okay, well that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets rid of all the corruption he needs. There we go. Okay, let's see if an event happens for the day. It does not. And now we're going to the marketplace, and let's see what happens at the marketplace. So we got to sell that item. We have an 8, which is no event. And we sell the stun rod. Okay. I hate that I had to keep that corruption, but that's the way it's going to go. Okay. Oh yeah, and one more town stay. I rolled a 6, so we don't have to worry about any other event, and that's pretty much. Okay, so what comes next for Shadows of Brimstone? Um, Mid to end. Now I kickstarted Forbidden Fortress. I would have liked to have already been playing Forbidden Fortress, but as you know, there's been some delays. Flying Frog. Even though Flying Frog is selling the core set for Forbidden Fortress at stores, before Kickstarter backers got it, well, I don't know what your opinion on that would be. I know what my opinion is on it. I'm a little teed off about it. That people who didn't back a couple years ago are getting the product before I did. I am. Now, their reason for it being delayed is that certain injection molds or something on some of the kickstarted stuff that's not available in retail, won't be available in retail for a long time, was causing problems, so that was the reason for the delays. However, on the other hand, you can look at it as, well, when I get the Kickstarter stuff, I'm getting everything. And I back the Shogun level, which gets you everything. So I'm expecting a boatload of stuff when it comes in. Now, it's supposed to be here to mid to late January. God, I hope no more delays. I'm tired of the delays. I really am. I'm tired of seeing other people play the game I want to play, but they won't have all the extra stuff. And so my plan with that is to have a good campaign going through everything like we did on this. I hope to be able to finish this up and then ease right on into that, but that doesn't look like it's going to be. It looks like there's going to be a gap between the two. Now, I will do an unboxing video when I get Forbidden Fortress, because there will be a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm getting the whole thing. I'll probably even take a week off from posting videos just to paint, put together the models, because I don't like putting together like just one set here and a set there. I got to put them all together at one time and paint them at all one time, and then play test around and then figure out what kind of campaign I want to do. However, with this campaign, we have 45 episodes. As I said earlier, we've gone through every world. We've fought every monster. 10 different heroes. Everything you can think of, we've done, except for these two. These two, we have not come across yet. And I'm wanting to do the end game with these guys, Belial and the Ancient One. It was basically Cthulhu. Now, I don't know how hard they are. I've never played against them. I thought the Terrorist would be harder, but that turned out not to be the case. Now, I don't know if going up against these guys at level 4 is a smart idea. But I think that's what I'm going to do. So, next episode, I think I'm going to have a town mission where the heroes get together and go to town, a big town, and purchase and stock up. I've been hoarding the money for various reasons. Keeping stuff, hoarding money, and because I want to go on a real good spending spree. I've always known I wanted to go on a real good spending spree before I tackle these guys. Now, I'm thinking that I know the federal group is going to go against the Ancient One. Okay? And I know the local group is going to go against Belial. they, took on the Hellfire Succubi. They're going to have to take him on. That one's not going to be so hard because I know we're going to have to find the Caverns of Cinder, get to the caverns, fight Belial there. I haven't decided where to fight the Ancient One yet. Maybe just in the ruins of Brimstone. I'm thinking about using the Frontier Town map, to be honest with you. Because I was thinking about the whole time, that's where the portal was going to be opening. Where the Crimson Hand idiots are trying to bring him through to the portal on Earth. I don't know if I'm going to do a mission with the bounty hunter group. You can pay them enough money to go after somebody. But I am thinking about maybe doing something with them. I don't know. I may skip them, or I may make the burrower like a worm god, and they got to go take on a burrower. Who knows? I'm going to mull it over for a couple of days and see what I can come up with. Now, either being at level 4, either these guys are going to stomp a mud hole in me, or I'm going to whisk through them like the like we did to the Terralisk. I don't know. I have no idea. So we are going to see what is going to happen. And at that point, we're done with Brimstone until Forbidden Fortress. I have plans, like I said, I have plans for Forbidden Fortress. And then I have plans again after that to do something that mixes all settings and all characters. We'll see. I do want to test out and see how hard these guys are anyways. So, and I do want to showcase a video where we fight them. If my heroes die, they die. As a matter of fact, I think it would be more climactic if they did die. But we'll see. Or I'm thinking about maybe putting at least one member of the bounty team with these guys to at least try to help out for each one. Like I said, again, we'll see. I may not need a town thing. I don't know. I still have a little bit to mull over it and decide what I want to do. But you can expect at least the next 2 episodes, one focusing on Belial and the other focusing on the Ancient One. Belial will come first, and then the Ancient One. If I put something before them, we'll see. But so far, that's the plan. And then hopefully, Forbidden Fortress will be here, and we can start getting to work on that. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been 45 episodes of Shadows of Brimstone, and I want to keep going. And I thank you very much. I've had fun. This is a fun game. I don't know how else to emphasize that. This is my favorite game. From the putting together the models, to painting them, to thinking of what missions you want to do, to even thinking about homebrew missions, to just the way it plays, to the theme. It's such a fantastic game. And it's very expensive, and I can't recommend it for everybody, because once you get a taste of this game, once you start playing, you're going to want to get more. And you're going to want to spend more of your hard-earned money to get everything you can. And this game has done that to me. I didn't back it when it first came out on Kickstarter. They had problems with that as well. I'm glad I didn't. Because I would just now be getting this stuff. All this stuff. Maybe a few months back. And that's, God knows, four years or so. It's ridiculous. But this game is an expensive habit. It really is. And if you are into board gaming and you like this game, you're not going to be able to just stop at, getting the basics. You're going to want more. And just be wary of that before you get into this game. If you have the money, by all means, this is a great game to have. It really is. You can tinker with it like I have and get it set up to your style. Bend some rules there, here and there. And it is so fun to play with other people too. The theme is just great. And you can make up so much stuff, which is going to be after the Forbidden Fortress stuff is what's going to happen. And because I'm not going to play any missions that are pre-made that come in any of the books or anything. So I just wanted to express on that, and I just wanted to give everybody a taste of everything this game has to offer. And so for sure whether you want to or just watch some playthroughs. Live vicariously through me if you don't have the money and all that stuff. Because it has been an expensive habit. And I'm not rich by any means. So, I've gone without some basic stuff for me to save up to get some of these things. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it very much playing this. If I didn't have this channel, I would still play this and probably just record this stuff and just let me watch it. I know I've made a lot of mistakes. I appreciate the patience with that. I tend to, I forgot to do this or I forgot to do that. There's a lot of stuff you have to keep up with. But it is a great game. Highly recommend it. The only thing that pisses me off are the resin models. That's the only thing that ticks me off about this. It's the resin models and how hard as hell they are to put together and paint. I can't stand those things. And the delays. Man, that's the other thing. But like I said, maybe a town mission, but then you can expect to see Belial, and then you can expect to see the Ancient One. So I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time,